Hi student, myself Pathare Nivrutti from Prabhadur Narendra Bolke College, Srirampur, District Ahmednagar State, Maharashtra. We will learn physics for 12th science, electrostatics. Electrostatics, the applications of Gauss theorem is electric field, applications of Gauss theorem or Gauss law is third application, electric field due to charged infinite plane sheet, due to infinite charged plane sheet, SHEET. Now this is charged plane sheet. The charge is uniformly distributed on an infinite plane sheet. Then its surface density is sigma. Sigma is nothing but charge per unit area, that is a surface density. The sheet is perpendicular to the electric fields. Suppose here a point P having the electric field intensity E. Imagine a closed surface around the point P. Suppose this is the closed surface, and now the cylinders of this closed surface forms one side of the plane sheet, and at another sides the same electric intensity is obtained. That is, by symmetry there is a equal magnitude of electric intensity at point P and at point here P dash. The distance of point P from the plane sheet is r, small r distance. Now the Gaussian surface around point P in the form of cylinder having cross-sectional area A, and the length of point P is twice r, that is one side is r and another side is r. So the length of the cylinder is P dash is twice r. Now the plane sheet passes through the middle of the length of the cylinder such that the ends of the cylinder are equidistant from the closed sheet. By symmetry, the electric field intensity at right angles to the end caps, that is electric field intensity here is perpendicular to these end caps. Now the magnitude of electric intensity at point P we can found out. The flux passing through point P of a curved surface is here we can find out the total flux through the area ds, that is closed surface ds, is given by, we can find out the total electric flux passing through the area ds, that is here, this is a ds, and also vector ds is along electric fields directions of this ds surface area. So therefore the electric flux passing through point P or a closed surface is given by integration of the closed path EDS at one side is P, another side is integration of closed path EDS at point P dash. At point P dash. So therefore we can find out its integration. Here vector E and vector ds are along the same direction, so the theta is 0 degree. So if we take the dot product of two vectors, then E ds cos theta and cos 0 is 1. So therefore this equation becomes electric flux phi is equal to integration of EDS out of integration sign E, integration of closed path ds at point P plus E out of integration sign integration of closed path of area ds at point P dash. Here integration of closed path ds surface area is the total surface area, that is A, capital letter A. So therefore electric flux phi is equal to here E into A plus here E into A, that is EA, that is twice E into A. Suppose equation 1, electric flux phi is equal to twice EA, equation number 1. We know sigma is the surface charge density of the plane sheet. Surface charge density of the plane sheet. So surface density is nothing but charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. Or area is equal to charge by sigma. Or also we can write it from this equation, charge Q is equal to sigma into area A, sigma into area A. Now we know gas law, Gauss law, electric flux phi is equal to charge Q by epsilon naught. So therefore compare equation 1, suppose equation 2. Equation 1, equation 2, we will get from equation 1 and equation 2 we get charge by epsilon naught is equal to twice EA. twice EA, or charge is nothing but sigma into area, So therefore here substitute sigma A by epsilon naught equal twice E into A. Here we have to find electric field at point P, So therefore E equal sigma A upon twice epsilon naught A. So here area will get cancelled, and remaining terms is E equal sigma by twice epsilon naught. Now this is the required equation of electric field intensity of uniformly thin charged infinite plane sheet. Sigma by twice epsilon naught is the electric intensity at point P due to infinite long charged plane sheet. Electric potential and potential energy. Next article, electric potential. In the part of electric potential, suppose this is a positive charge is placed at point O. Positive charge is placed at point O. This positive charge produces electric field surrounding its space. Now this is the sphere of influence of electric field. Sphere of influence of electric field is produced by this positive charge. We know like charges are repelled, unlike charges are attracted. Now in this sphere of influence of electric fields is produced due to the point charge. If the another charge, suppose state charge Q0 is bringing to in this field or in the vicinity of the electric field due to charge plus Q. So what will happen? It exerts a force. This charge exerts a force on another charge which is bringing to the electric field which produces charge Q. So in bringing the charge Q0 in the surrounding space of the charge Q, the charge exerts a force on another charge, and now here the work is done against the charge Q0 is bringing the field produces charge Q which is placed at point O. Now this work is stored in the form of potential energy in the system. So we can find out the expression for potential energy. Now here also, suppose this is the charge which is placed at point O produces electric field, and another charge Q0 which is placed suppose at point E. The distances are the charge Q exerts a force on this charge Q0. So therefore the electric potential you can write here, electric potential dU is equal to vector F dot vector dr, vector F dot vector dr, that is du is the increase in potential energy when charge is displaced through the point A towards point O, and vector F is the force exerted on the charge, that is vector R, and vector F is opposite direction. So we can write du is equal to minus F into dr. And now I have to find out the potential energy, expressions for potential energy. Suppose at point O, positive charge Q is placed. There are another points. Here point A, point B. At point A, another charge Q0 is placed. The charge is on this, the charge is positive, so therefore electric field is away from the charge E, it is vector E is also exerts a force, so it can also write vector Fe, vector Fe. Now the charge Q0 is displaced through some distance, small distance dr. Here a point distance O to B, R1, O to A is R2. So we can find out the expressions for potential energy. Now let us consider electrostatic field due to this positive charge plus Q charge which is placed at point O. A small charge Q0 which is placed at point A is brought from point A to point B, at a respective distances R1, R2 from point O against the repulsive forces on it. The work done against the electrostatic force Fe, vector Fe, in displacing the charge Q0, or it is also read Q0, through a small distance dr, then what will happen? There is increase in the potential energy of the system. This potential energy of the system is du is equal to vector F E into vector dr, Fe vector dr. So therefore also you can write it equal minus Fe into dr. Here negative sign denotes the direction of force and displacement are in opposite directions. For the displacement of the charge Q0 from A to point B, that is, the distance of point A is R2, distance of point B is R1. So therefore, the change in potential energy when charge is displaced from A to B, delta U, change in potential energy, delta U is given by the relation taking the integration of this potential energy du limits R1 to R2. Delta U, integration of delta U limits R1 to R2 is equal to, substitute here, magnitude of potential energy minus Fe into dr, where F is a force, that is electrostatic force by Coulomb's law between two charges, charge Q and Q0. Suppose distance is r, so by Coulomb's law we can write these expressions. Fe is equal to force, repulsive force, attractive force. By using Coulomb's law we can write vector Fe equal minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into product of magnitudes of two charges and square of distance between two charges r cap. Here r cap is a unit vector in the direction of vector r, Here also negative sign shows that vector r and vector Ap is in opposite directions. So therefore, for a system of 2 point charges, delta U is equal to integration minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught constant charge Q0 r square r cap into vector dr limits r1 r2. So therefore, we can find out the integration of this term. Here constant term out of integration minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integration limits r1 r2. Here also charges Q0 is constant, take out of integration. So 1 by r square r cap vector dr, use it, minus 2 q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here by integration formulas, 1 by r square integration r is to minus 1 upon minus 1, so minus 1 upon r limits r1 to r2. So replace here r by r1 and r2. So therefore, change in potential energy delta U is equal to minus q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught in bracket 1 by r2, here minus minus become plus, minus 1 upon r1. Now this is the change in potential energy of the system is equal to work done from point A to point B against the electrostatic force. So also we can write it, work done from point A to point B is equal to change in potential energy is equal to Q naught by 4 pi epsilon naught in bracket 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1. Thus, the potential energy of the system of 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 separated by distance R, it can be obtained. Suppose R1 distance, that is infinite distance, and R2 is equal to R. So therefore, you can find out 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, product of magnitude of these two charges, suppose is Q1, Q2, charges Q1, Q2, distance is R. So this is the potential energy of the system of two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by distance R. So it is denoted by potential energy U of R. We know units of potential energy. Potential energy. Now there are different forms of energies: electron volt, kilo electron volt, milli electron volt, joule. So therefore its SI unit is joule, and it is denoted by letter capital J. So therefore 1 kilo electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 into kilo means 10 raised to 3 plus 3, so is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 16 joule. We know 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. 1 electron volt is nothing but 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. So by using this we can write here 1 kilo electron volt, 1 mega electron volt, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, 10 raised to plus 6, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 13 joule.